Hi guys, it's Jamie here. I'm over in Edinburgh, just checking out one of the jobs the boys have done this week, and quite an interesting one to chat about. So this project was about 3 or 4 months in the making, and there was a lot of challenges and obstacles before we could actually get in and rewire the property. Firstly, it was an older chap staying here. The place was a bit tired, neglected, and it wasn't really suitable for our guys to come in and work in. So I think the story was that loads of electricians were having a look at it and just saying, "No, not for us." But we look at these projects slightly differently and say, well, there is a solution to this here. How do we fix it? How do we come up with some proposals that is ultimately going to help the customer get the job done? So there was another party managing this project. I think it was the power of attorney, and we approached it with a different view and said, look, here's what we have to do before we could rewire it. We arranged for all that to happen, so we got some cleaners up. We offered our help to prep service, which means we just basically move all the belongings around in this and get it ready for rewiring. The team then came up and rewired it in just over a day. We probably could have done this in a day if we had the plasterer in time, but we had a few challenges there with logistics. So we'll take a quick tour around this. This was a 1-bedroom flat in Edinburgh, completely rewired in just over a day, and we arranged various different proposals to the client to help get it done. One of them was getting the guy out the house for 4 or 5 days while the dust settles and everything gets back to normal, and some of the other ones were the help to prep and a cleaning service. So the girls are in doing a bit of cleaning just now, but yeah, we are asked to do this kind of work all the time. It's the jobs that everybody else just won't go near, but like I said, there's always a solution. Let's take a quick tour through. So these are all traditional tenements in Edinburgh, and we have rewired hundreds of these. Now, they can be difficult. Fortunately, this one was a top flat, and we would usually just do all the wiring over the top. So there's a wee bit more cut and a wee bit more mess, a wee bit more plastering, but it's actually going to be a lot quicker, and it means we're not disturbing any of the old floors. So the client had a look around this job at the end, and one of the things they said could have been better was that the pendants could maybe have been lengthened. So we don't do that as standard, but under the circumstances and because of the age of the client, we thought we'd pop out and do it. So I've just come out myself today, and I've lengthened the flex and all the pendants. Top flats, always a nightmare to get to. But once we get our tools up here, they're pretty straightforward. So, old dusty carpets. We didn't really want to touch these, to be honest. So all we did was protect them up, and we made all our mess, and then we've cleaned it out. So you can see the cleaners are finished in this room, and we've put the place back to normal. Probably left it cleaner than it was, but it's all part of the service. And you can see here how we've done this. We've got cuts coming all the way down. No damage to any of the corners. It's always a question we're asked, will you ruin the cornice? Definitely not. So you can see some of the routes we've taken down. That's going to catch a light switch we've come across just to do a socket. Some of these external walls are lath and plaster. So you'll see that there's only a couple of little incisions. Really happy with the plaster work on this. Often we don't get back to the jobs in time, or we're away too soon, but you can see the plaster starting to dry out here, and leave a great finish. Consumer units all tied up through into this room. So again, it's just the guy had a lot of belongings and different things, and we had to literally come and move all this stuff, put it into bags and get it all ready to go. Wee tiny kitchen, not a lot of options in here, so we've got a couple of sockets and outlets. Again, you can see the kind of what we're up against presents a bit of a challenge. So for us to get our guys in here to rewire, there's quite a lot of work required beforehand. You can see this is another one of the raggles done with the boys right down for the top. Again, really happy with the plaster work on that. Superb. It doesn't get any better than that, to be honest. And again, on the lathing walls externally, we've just got a couple of wee incisions coming down. Another successful rewire tied up over in Edinburgh. So a couple of extra services here, just to recap. We offered help to prep to the client, and basically when we come to rewire your house, there's a lot of preparation required, particularly in occupied homes, and you've got to get all your belongings tucked away or into boxes and just make it free, and make sure our guys can manoeuvre around the property pretty easily. A lot of people aren't fit enough to do this. A lot of people don't want to do it, or some people are just happy to pay the extra money and have it done for them. and this starts from $495 plus VAT, and the price will change depending on the style of the property and what's involved in it. We also arrange for cleaners here. With every single rewire we offer a professional cleaning service. Now most of the time it's not needed, but again some people are just willing to add that on if the budget's there. So this was subcontracted to a local company, and they're coming in and doing a great job, to be honest. The girls have been fantastic. So the other things we do offer is decoration. We basically look at every single problem you're going to have in the run up to rewiring and in the reinstatement process, and we can help to put it right.